guys, this is Tripti, a verified educator on Unacademy platform. Have you ever wondered how one-time password works, which you often get from your bank? So in this video, I will explain you all about one-time passwords, their concepts and steganographies and other very interesting cryptographic techniques. Please like the video, share it, and you can also drop by your comments for any queries. And you can also follow me on Unacademy platform. Hi guys, welcome to the 10th lesson of this course where we'll learn about one-time pads and steganographies. I am Tripti, a computer science engineering undergraduate, and currently I'm living in Bengaluru. So this here is the agenda for today. Today I'll teach you two very popular and important cipher techniques that are being used in the world right now. First, we'll look into what a one-time pad is, and then we'll look into steganography. In the end, I'll also give some interesting questions to practice as I had promised before. So let's get started. Here, one-time pad. So what is one-time pad? There was once an Army Signal Corporation officer, Joseph Murborg, who proposed an improvement to the Worm cipher that yields the ultimate in security. So he suggested using a random key that is as long as the message, right? The length is as long as the plain text, so that the key need not be repeated. In addition, the key is to be used for encryption and decryption of a single message, and then it is discarded. Each new message requires a new key of the same length as the new message. Such a scheme is known as one-time pad, which is often referred to as unbreakable. It produces random output that bears no statistical relationship, right? So there's a randomly generated string of alphabets, which is your key, that has no relationship to the plain text. Because the ciphertext contains no information whatsoever about the plain text, there is simply no way to break the code. Now, one-time pad offers complete security, but it also has two fundamental difficulties. So the first one is there is a practical problem of making large quantities of random keys. So any heavily used system might require millions of random characters on a regular basis, right? So supplying truly random characters in this volume is a significant task. Now your second problem is even more daunting, which is the problem of key distribution and protection. So every message to be sent, a key of equal length is needed by both sender and receiver. Thus, a mammoth of key distribution problem exists. Because of these difficulties, the one-time pad is of limited utility and is often used primarily for low bandwidth channels requiring very high security. But where do we see its use in real life? Any banking transaction, right? So to complete the transfer of money, OTP is often sent to your phone, which basically uses the logic of one-time pads. Now, what is steganography? A plaintext message may be hidden in one of the two ways. The method of steganography conceals the existence of the message, whereas the method of cryptography renders the message unintelligible to outsiders by various transformations of the text. So far we have learned about cryptography, right? Cryptography does not conceal the existence of the message, right? So the intruder knows that the message exists, but it has been encrypted. Steganography conceals the existence, so the intruder might even know that the message is there. So a simple form of steganography, but which is often time consuming to construct, is one in which an arrangement of words or letters within an apparently normal text spells out the real message. So for example, the sequence of first letter of each word of the overall message spells out the hidden message. So suppose my ciphertext is plain time consuming to construct, right? So if I take T, C, right, the first letter of each word of the message, so my TC would be my hidden message. Your steganography is used for concealing a file, message, image or video within another file, message, image or video, right? So you hide your whatever file or image you want into another file, image or video. In digital steganography, electronic communications may include steganographic coding inside of a transport layer such as the document file, image file, program or protocol. So media files are often ideal for steganographic transmission because of their large size. For example, a sender might start with a normal image file and adjust the color of every 100th pixel to correspond to a color in the alphabet. The change is so subtle that someone who is not specifically looking for it is unlikely to notice the change. So if you can see here in the image, you'll find a series of numbers here, right? Can you see it? 001010, right? So this is an example where a message in the form of numeric values has been hidden inside a normal image, right? Now this is just one technique. There are various other techniques that have been used historically, which I will tell you as an example. So first is character marking. So selected letters of the printed or the typewritten text are overwritten in pencil, right? So you write the text from your pen and then you overwrite those texts in pencil. Now the marks are ordinarily not visible unless you held the paper, you just hold the paper at an angle to bright light, right? Second is invisible ink. So what happens is this: a number of substances can be used for writing but leaves no visible trace until some heat or chemical is applied to the paper, right? There was a story which I read when I was a kid where a child gets kidnapped and uses invisible ink to send message to his parents about this whatever location he was being kept at. So that was pretty cool for me, right? I didn't know that it's basically steganography that he's using back then. But yeah, now I know. The next topic is pin punctures. So small pin punctures on selected letters are ordinarily not visible unless the paper is held up in front of light. Next is a typewriter correction ribbon. So this is used between lines typed with a black ribbon. The result of typing with the correction tape are visible only under a strong light. Now steganography has a number of drawbacks when compared to encryption, right? It requires a lot of overhead to hide a relatively few bits of information. Although using a scheme like that proposed in the preceding topic which I just told may make it more effective. Also, once the system is discovered, it becomes virtually worthless, right? So that was your one-time pad and steganography. Now, as promised, I will give a few practice questions for you so that you get a command on all the important cipher techniques. So here first is regarding the Caesar cipher technique, where you have to encrypt it. This certain plain text, money has been moved to a new location, right? Second is regarding Wigner cipher, where you have to encrypt the word explanation using the keyword leg, right? Now the third one is very interesting, which actually happened in one of the Sherlock Holmes stories, where he was confronted with the following message as shown on the screen, and even though Watson was not able to find the message, Holmes was able to immediately find what type of cipher it is. So just try this and check if you can find that too. Next question is regarding the Playfair matrix. This is really important and I would want you all to practice it once. So use the Playfair matrix is already given, and using this matrix you have to encrypt a message which is must see you over Cadogan West coming at once. So these are a couple of practice questions which, if you're able to make it, I think you'll have a good grasp on the entire cipher techniques which I have told so far. The answers to this can be easily found on net. If you can't find it there, you can anytime drop down your comments and I will tell you the answer. But please do not run after the answers. I would want you all to practice on your own, try on your own, and if you're not able to do it, then we'll look for the answers, right? So that's all for today, guys. I hope you liked the video. Please upvote, share with your friends, and drop down your comments for any doubt or feedback. With this video, the simple cipher techniques ends, and we'll look into block ciphers and different other operational modes from now on, right? So stay tuned for more videos to come. You can follow me at unacademy.com/user/Tripti Tanvi. Thank you so much.